Hello, my name is Triana Barnes, and my topic of research was over President Trump's use of Twitter as a platform and its effect that it's had on Twitter and also on U.S. policy. This includes ethics, implications that he's made, economics, race relations, anything. But before I get started, I want to let you guys know that I will be using the highlighter tool and the pen tool that they have on the end. So if it gets colorful and if you see little highlights and little edits, that is me. Don't freak out. But with that being said, let's get into it. So, starting with some info, we all know that President Trump uses Twitter to his advantage, and he has a platform on Twitter to state his opinion, gain worldwide attention, make comments about political figures, celebrities, also daily news, and things that have happened within the U.S. He's also used it to update the country on amendments and resolutions that have been passed, and resolutions that are people are thinking about bringing to the Senate, Congress, and even up to his administration. Some more info is in 2016, President Trump used Twitter for his political campaign, his presidential campaign, and it was so beneficial. He used Twitter so much during this time, and a lot of people weren't fans of it, but it worked out for him. He became president, so I can't be mad. It worked out for him. Trump has also used Twitter, and since he was elected as 45th president, his posts have gone up. I know at first there was this illusion that maybe his posts would go down once he was elected or he wouldn't post as much. Nope, his posts have gone up since he became president. And since he won and made it obvious and made it known that he would be using Twitter, the use of Twitter has gone up tremendously since he became president. So that was a major positive for Twitter. Um, he has used this as a vehicle, and since he has started using this, they have 327 million accounts. That is the most that it's been in its history, and that has all gone up since Trump's election. Some pros of him using Twitter is that there has been a $61 million profit for Twitter. That is amazing. In my opinion, I think that is a lot of money and a lot of profit to have going to one business or a company. So that is a major pro for me. Transparency is also another pro that he has. Just with the use of Twitter, he is able to constantly put out his opinion at any time of the day, no matter what it is. He's able to state it, get it across fast, show his emotion, what he thinks. That is a big sense of transparency that other presidents have not used because they haven't used social media as much as Donald Trump. So he has a huge wave of transparency that he's using with the citizens. I think that is a pro. The non-traditional relationship that he has with citizens, with the use of social media, specifically Twitter, he is able to build a relationship that is built off of social media. With social media being so popular, that is a very non-traditional way of building a relationship. I think that creativity and the uniqueness of the way that he's going about building a relationship is very specific, and I think that is a pro for Donald Trump using Twitter. Another pro is 6 million. There has been added 6 million Twitter accounts in this last quarter. That is the largest amount of Twitter users that have been added in the span of 1 year. So I think that is a big, big positive for Twitter and social media. I'm going to go on and show you some positive posts that I've seen during my research. The more positive posts that he has, he is thanking other countries for being supportive to America, uplifting his followers. He is being appreciative of being elected. Taking a look at this top post, he is referring to his supporters as smart and the strongest, and he is just saying here at the bottom that he will be supportive, and we work best in numbers, saying that these are the best numbers ever. So I think that is a very positive post that I was happy to see. Here at the bottom, he is thanking China for being in relation to us and just helping us all of these years, saying that we will progress together. Very positive post that I've seen. But as we have a lot of positive, we also have a lot of negative. So we're going to go ahead and get into the cons. During his political campaign, there were a lot of posts of him bad mouthing and putting down American citizens, referring to African Americans as thugs, referring to the LGBTQ community as sinners, and all these different bad names, not understanding sexual assault survivors. All of that is very hard to see coming from a president, so I would say that that is a con. Bad mouthing other political candidates. So I wanted to pause and actually challenge this one. As I was researching, I noticed that he got a lot of bad publicity for bad mouthing other political candidates on social media, specifically Twitter, using that platform for that. But I almost question, don't all political candidates do that? So I don't know if that's specific to Donald Trump and his use of Twitter, but I wanted to challenge that one because although Donald Trump does do it more vigorously and does it more than other political candidates, it's a con either way, but I just question if that's specific to him and his use of Twitter. But on Twitter, he is referring to political candidates as dopey, which is not very nice, but that's what he was doing. On Twitter, he is limiting the voice and the connection of people that he engages with to only Twitter. For me personally, I do not have a Twitter account, so it is hard for me to feel engaged in that way. The only way that I know about his posts is if it is shared on other social media such as Facebook or Instagram. So that is a con, in my opinion, and what I think and what I have seen through my research. That was a con, that he only engages with people that engage with him on Twitter, and he only engages with other Twitter followers. Another one, a very intricate con, is he has begun to break the connection with allies that we've had for years. For an example, China does not want to buy soybeans from America any longer. I personally saw through research and what I've seen that it's not specifically him having a Twitter that is causing these things, but it is the platform that Twitter gives him to constantly spew off his feelings, emotions, and without having restraint on that, he is putting out information in his views that other people are seeing as disrespectful, that they're seeing as distasteful, that they're seeing as discriminatory, and the way that he is conducting himself through Twitter has given him kind of a backlash from other nations. So I saw that as a con, and it was a very intricate way of looking at it, but it was a con nonetheless. Nonetheless, I mean, we're gonna go into some example of some con posts that I found. Here he is referring to political figure Lawrence O'Deal, O'Donnell, O'Donnell. I think that's how you say it. He is referring to him as one of the dumber people on television, which is not nice to see coming from a president. So I just wanted to point that out as a con to one of his posts. Calling citizens stupid and haters on this bottom example post. He is referring to American citizens as losers and haters, bragging on his IQ, saying that he's smarter, and just saying there's no need to feel stupid or insecure. That is not language that I would like to see coming from a president. So that is a con. And as I was looking at things and as I was going through what was going on and how citizens felt about it, a lot of educators were saying that his message and the way that he was acting is not what they teach in schools. So they did not want to see their president doing that. And it was very discouraging to see him talking like that to people and calling people out like that because they don't teach that to their students. So that was also a con. All in all, there are reasons for both ends. I did not want to be biased here. I wanted to show both sides of the spectrum equally. Um, there are reasons why why his political stance on Twitter could be a good thing or a bad thing. He is also positively and negatively affecting the people around him. It all comes down to this. It all comes down to your opinion and political choice of publication. Is that comes down to how you see it. So I wanted to bring both sides of the argument, and I hope that you learned something. Thank you for listening. Here are all of my sources. Have a good day, everyone.